Hey y'all, it is Andrea here at VW Family Farm. It is a bright and sunny afternoon out here in December. Cannot believe it's December now. And we have had our first hard freeze. So it is time. I'm getting out here today. Lane is gonna help me. We are going to take our garden from a mess and turn it into something cleaned up again and ready for next season. It's time for us to transition into the greenhouse, but the garden needs some attention, so we're gonna get busy. First things first, we need our little tractor. We're gonna till up a spot, and it has a big flat on the front. So we're getting some air. We're gonna go get that aired up and get started. So obviously we need a new tire, that goes without saying, but that is just not in the budget right now. So we're hoping this will hold air enough for us to get the garden tilled and prepared, and then we will have to get a new tire at some point before next hay season because this is our little tractor we rake hay with, but I hope it's gonna hold for today. And that empty hole, folks, is a problem. That's where the battery goes, and we've obviously took it off. Lane thinks we put it on the farm truck. Ben is not here. He's at work at his real job. And so Lane and I are gonna try to figure it out, get a battery, get that put on. But in the meantime, I've got a fence to take down so we can get into the garden. Hey, Pepper. Hey, girl. What you doing? What are you doing? All right, before I start taking this fence down, I want to know what you guys think about underground fences where the dog wears a collar and there's an underground fence and you train them to that. She's gonna bark. You train them to that perimeter and then they have the run of your yard. Do those work in y'all's opinion? Do you like them? We're looking into getting one because we live on a busy highway. I know y'all can hear it in our videos, you've seen it. There's cars going by all the time flying, so there's no way we can have her running loose. Her and I go for a jog almost every single day, and she stays right with me. We get back away from the road, I'll let her off the leash, and she obeys. She stays right with me. But there's just no way she can just run free around our yard. She comes in almost every night. She's not in that pen all the time by any means, but I hate the pen. I really wish we had something else. So leave that down below. I'm really interested in your thoughts. If y'all run into problems with those, you just don't like them, be honest. That's what I'm asking for. So I'm gonna get busy on this garden, but as I was walking by, I thought, you know what? I wonder what y'all think about those. So let me know. So I had that fence up because the ducks kept getting in there and destroying everything. I had planted seeds multiple times and they were getting there and eating them and kind of just messing it all up. So I put that up. That was never hot, but it took care of the problem. I want to show you an overview of what the garden looks like right now because it's a mess and a half, but it's about to change. So you can see there's pieces of ground cover. I was trying to save some things before we had our last frost, or when we had our first one, I should say. But it was gonna be several more weeks till we had another one. I need to get that picked up. We're gonna till an area and then we're gonna take off the tomato and pepper cages and throw in that tilled area just for the winter so they'll be out of the way. We're gonna clean up all the remnants of all the dead plants and stuff that are on the fabric. I've still got some life out there. I've got some cabbages. They'll still make. We're not in our super cold time of year here yet. That comes a lot of times like January and February. So just when it's getting cold here at night, even below freezing, those cabbages will still make. They need to go ahead and do it if they're gonna. So if you're like me and you're in a place where they are still growing and have some life, you might want to give them a little shot in the arm. Give them a little bit of some sort of organic fertilizer or something like that to get them to go ahead and make a head of cabbage or broccoli or cauliflower or whatever it is, so that you get something out of the deal. Lane, you're awesome. That's when you say, thanks, Mom.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
When you got old equipment, you just gotta do what you gotta do, huh? If you got a son, you got one that takes care of his mama. Or if you are a son or daughter, take care of your parents. I've tried to take care of mine, and it feels pretty good when your kids grow up and then they'll come in and come alongside you and help you do things. Good job, Lane. When you're working with old equipment, it takes some finagling, but it's what we got and we're proud to have it. All right, Lane's about to start tilling, but I just want to encourage you guys, if you have a nice day, like today's a really nice day for December, I'm out here in a t-shirt, get out and get some sunshine. This is the time of year people's emotions can go a little crazy. I know mine can. You can get down in the dumps. A lot of it has to do with lack of vitamin D. My doctor has told me that for years and years. She's a proponent of natural things, and just either if you don't want to take a vitamin D supplement, get out in the sun when you can. Get a little sun on your skin. Put on a t-shirt if it's t-shirt weather and let that sun warm your skin up, and I promise you, it will make you feel better. Get some physical exercise. Get out and do something like clean up a garden space, go for a walk, take your dog for a walk, something like that. It'll make you feel better, I promise. I'm someone who struggles with that during the winter, and I promise it has made all the difference for me. A little sunshine, a little exercise, and I do take a vitamin D supplement every day in the winter, and I feel so much better. So you guys can see we still have the tiller hiller on there. I'll link that video here if you're interested in it, on how Ben built that. It has been really awesome for our garden. It's making hills, it's making rows actually, and you can actually put a little plow foot on it and it'll dig your furrow in the middle of your raised row. We really don't need that because we're just cleaning up for winter, but it's already on there. Instead of taking it off, we're just gonna leave it on. We're just about to throw cages over there anyway, and then that'll be on there for when we're ready to make rows in the spring. we made some progress. We got all the cages off. One little bit of advice I would say is if you are going to take your cages off, if you use these cages, these are made out of concrete wire, do it while they're still somewhat alive. These just froze recently. You can see we struggled with a few. If they've just died, they're still pretty good and rooted in the ground, and they'll kind of hold onto the ground and you kind of pull the cage off. You can see some of these are pretty dead, so the whole thing came up with the cage. That's when you're gonna struggle trying to get that dead tomato plant that's wound all around that cage out of there. If you go ahead and wait almost till spring or whenever, they'll be completely dead, dried up, light as a feather, and you can pull them out then. So there's kind of pros and cons every which way you go about it. Pumped to have the garden cleaned up and put to bed for the winter. It looks so much better, and it's just going to be a good fresh start for the spring. It's time now for us to transition into the greenhouse, and I'm going to be doing a video on that, probably one of the next few videos, about how if you have a greenhouse or if you don't have a greenhouse, how you can grow things throughout the winter. Just because the garden outside is done does not mean you have to be done growing. So stay tuned for that. We are losing light quickly. We're gonna finish wrapping this job up, put our stuff away, and we are done for the day. I love a good hard day's work here, especially in the winter, because they're hard to come by. It's so much time inside, so much just downtime and bad weather and things like that. So if you get a chance to get outside, I encourage you to do it. You will feel so good. Promise you, you will sleep good at night. It's just a good feeling. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me and spending time with me today. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless.